Most people with shoulder and elbow pain are commonly missing this one key range of motion, and when it's restored, it significantly helps alleviate their symptoms. Pronation, but particularly at the forearm. The reason why this is so important is because pronation of the forearm is associated with internal rotation of the shoulder and the shoulder joint. And internal rotation, or the bones turning inward, is more associated with force production commonly. So if you get pain when you press your hand into something or push away from something or try to lift something off of the ground, you probably are lacking some degree of genuine internal rotation capability at your shoulder and also pronation at your forearm. Now we can make up for a lack of internal rotation by creating compensatory internal rotation. This is what we see all the time, is the whole shoulder is rolled forward as an entire unit. Now this puts the shoulder in a compensatory position of internal rotation, but oftentimes that does not mean they have genuine pronation at the forearm as well. So oftentimes you'll see this compensatory position of the shoulder, but still a lack of pronation at the forearm. Genuine internal rotation mechanics allows the shoulder to create some subtle amounts of internal rotation like this, and also the forearm pronation without the entire shoulder rolling forward or the sternum dumping down and shoulders rolling forward as a whole. For this reason, I very commonly see that restoring genuine pronation at the forearm also restores genuine internal rotation mechanics at the shoulder. So what I encourage you to do is test your pronation. Keep your elbow bent at a 90-degree angle like this, and keeping your thumb up, you want to just rotate that thumb down, keeping it in line in the same place, relatively speaking, the entire time. And you're going to get to an end range where the only way you can go down further is if you drop your thumb. That's your end range. Now try this exercise. To do this, find a cable machine and attach to the high setting, or find a band and attach to something high. But regardless, find a handle attachment. What you're going to do is stand square with the machine. You don't want to stand too far back because you're going to be pulling the weight across yourself a little bit. So here's what I mean by that. You're going to take a very slight step back with the same side you want to work on. Bend both knees and then hinge back into your hips a little bit until your elbow can point straight down at the ground or at a 90-degree angle relative to your trunk. So if you can't hinge all the way down, you could go right about here, so long as your elbow's not too low or too high. Start with your thumb up, but wrapped around the handle gently. And now all you're gonna do is keeping your arm in the same place, pivot around by moving your forearm down into that pronated position as you exhale. Inhale, come up like so. Exhale, move down. You want to go to the point where if you were to go any further, your elbow would move or your shoulder would twist in some way. You want to keep everything nice and straight and in line. So if this is the relative end range of motion that you have, that's totally fine. Don't force it to this point. You also don't want to be too rounded or arched through your back. Keep a neutral spine and make sure that if your sternum had a laser pointer coming out of it, it would be facing relatively straight ahead compared to where it is in space.